Hello, little cheese sticks. This is Daniel, and welcome back to Functional, the Aftershock, the show where we'll break down every episode and talk a little bit more about what happened behind the scenes. This week, I am joined again by the wonderful director, Miss Cheska. Hello, world. I have Miss Cheska right next to me once more. How are you doing, boo? Another week, another episode.
Like, yeah.
You have to make contact 7 times with a human to be happy or else to be depressed. Anyways, another week, another episode, and this one was a doozy. Can Guillermo catch a break? No. So what happened this episode?
Episode 10. What happened episode 10?
So Guillermo a couple episodes ago worked up the courage to ask Tim out for a drink, which is aka a date, aka they're gonna get married, or so Guillermo.
Oh, this whole episode. Sorry, this is not gonna be cut. Well, there's some kissing.
We start off the episode with Guillermo getting ready for his first date, gateway to marriage.
Yeah, I actually love that sequence. I think that was like we threw a bunch of like clothes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that. That was like a really fun one. How many takes was that?
It was actually pretty hard.
7 or 8 because I kept throwing it.
It was actually like
in random places. It was like it didn't land right on the bed. Let's do it.
It was very choreographed, just to let you know.
Yeah, it's really hard to throw clothes.
Okay, so then we're at the bar. They're talking. Yeah. They're bonding. They're flirting. I'm feeling the vibes. I was falling in love, with the characters. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The end. We actually were filming this like on a time budget at 5 a.m. We had how many people on set that day?
We booked that bar because we're like there's a few episodes with a bunch of bar scenes, and we booked that bar I think for 2 days, and then because of just either somebody had to because we could only do like Saturday and Sunday, I think, and then because we knew that if we
had to be out of there.
Yeah, we just kind of no, somebody had booked the bar right after us, so we had to shoot at 5 a.m. so we can do 5 a.m. on a Saturday, so we can do like a full 8. Like a full 8 or 10 hours.
We did 12 hours actually.
We did 12 hours. Okay, so we did 5 a.m. so that we can do a full 12 hours and then get enough sleep to come in at 5 a.m. again because we had to get out of there right away. Like I remember that, yeah. So that was rough. And then all the extras were during the first day because we needed a bunch of extras that day actually. And then this second day, nobody came. Everybody was tired as fuck. And then it was just me, Corey, and Donnie.
Marisa.
No sound, right? I was doing sound as well. I was doing sound, and I was the extra as well. Just watching Daniel, and I whisper to Corey, and Donnie's like, and then I walk, and then
I thought she quit. I thought she legit quit. I was like, oh no.
I'm being an extra, just like ordering tequila from.
But it worked because people thought we were at a bar.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch really closely, you'd be like, this must be an off night. Like this must be a weeknight. But it was a weeknight.
It was an off night. It was a Thursday night. Yeah.
Yeah, because
so
the next
going back.
But it was a weeknight. I think on script it was a weeknight.
So we find Tim and Guillermo at the bar. They're socializing. They're getting a little lit. Guillermo gets a little bit more than Tim. We get to know actually a little bit of Guillermo's backstory. It's like not backstory, but it's like his family, his dad. He's in his feelings, like a little bitch. Yeah. And then Tim's there, like comforting him, consoling him, and giving him the "Don't worry, babe, we got this" vibe.
And when I filmed it, I remember one line where I think he says green, and I specifically told the actor to be like, when you say that line, I want you to look up, like angle your head this way because the light catches your eyes really nicely and there's like a twinkle. I wanted to I directed this to make him look like hot.
Give me those greeny eyes. So we ended the bar night with Guillermo getting very drunk, and then he goes and...
Not this. This is for women.
Guillermo goes in and gets his man and gives him the kiss of the century in the bathroom where they met. It's all a circle. We're all united. But plot twist, he wakes up and we don't know what happened. Actually, we ended up with the cliffhanger. Ooh.
Oh yeah, we did.
So we wake up. What happened to Tim? We don't know, but we do know that Guillermo did confess that he likes Tim with a te quiero message multiple times.
That was fun. That was fun to shoot, but the day was hard. That was because we also shoot part of the next episode the next day. That was really hard.
Going with this episode, where do you see Tim and Guillermo going? Like, where do you see the relationship after? We don't actually, because it just ended kind of there. We don't know what happened. Is there something gonna happen, like positive, like? No.
Well, okay.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
If I was watching this, I'd be like, oh, this is promising. That's what I would think. But at the same time, we're also looking at Tim through the eyes of Guillermo. So, you know, like Guillermo's looking at Tim like he's a very eligible bachelor. But we don't really know what's underneath. We don't even know if he's...
Yeah, Tim, what's up with him?
Yeah,
you know?
we don't really even know him. Like, yes, he has a nephew, but we added that in the script last minute.
All I know is Guillermo cannot catch a break. He had the worst dates with this dick named Jake. Now he's here with Tim.
Yeah, because like I think Tim is a mystery. So like, it's very relatable though. Like when you meet somebody and you don't really know much about him, you don't actually know much about him, but you kind of convince yourself that you do, and then you're attracted and you get your feelings. You let your feelings kind of take hold, and so I think that's what happens really to Guillermo.
Yeah.
Is that he just doesn't really know too much about this guy.
Do you think like Guillermo's at fault? Because I mean, obviously, like he's getting his hopes up way much when we don't even know anything about him. Is Tim also playing
I don't think
something?
I don't think it's a fault game. I think there was some imbibing happening. Both of them are adults, but no risk, no reward.
And there was a reward. A very good reward. Episode aside, we kind of already talked about this, shooting this scene and other scenes. What was the most, I'm already sitting here, I'm literally the reason why. But what was the most challenging part of this experience filming with no budget, with low budget, with no people, with no sleep? Besides that, what was the, I already listed them, but what was the most challenging?
Get a sound person. I think the most challenging is like getting extras.
Yeah.
I think, especially if you film in a place where there's supposed to be a lot of people. Because if it's at home, you're fine. But yeah, extras are hard to find. Because like you're really counting on your friends to be there, and you can't really get mad if they're like, oh yeah, I'll go, but oh no, they bail last minute. I bail last minute at like parties because I'm fucking tired.
She's skipping a baby shower right now.
I like left the baby shower to be here. Do you know what I mean? Like
the bar was actually the place itself was actually pretty big.
That was really
but
nice
one of the amazing things that I just like the tricks that you were doing that like for me I'm like I wouldn't even think about that. You made a small space, but you made a big space look in a way small that you didn't have to fill it up as much, if that makes sense. And I think that was like your goal too, where it was like, okay, we don't have enough people. How do we make it look like us? We're still at a bar where it's like, doesn't look like we're at a warehouse pretty much. But that was like a couple of tricks.
I think like finding the right angle sometimes, like where there's like depth. Like depth is kind of important. And then you just like fill in like blurry people in the side. Like as a director, sometimes you have to sit in the back
and be the sound person and be the director and be the extra in the same shot.
Yeah, but the thing is like that is the risk. If anybody's making a web series, you do really have to like find a sound person. I think sound is very important because then right now we're paying for it in post.
Yeah,
we're just like Actually, it's like I think people that are thinking of like making a web series, maybe they're thinking of like, oh, I gotta get a good camera, I gotta get good actors. But sound really is when things get like where things break down, because like sometimes people will forgive. Like, even if you're like watching like let's say like you're watching a video. And then it's like, it's like a shitty camera. It's like I don't care what kind of iPhone it is. It's still a shitty camera. It's from your phone. You know what I mean? But then like, they dub and like add like they'll dub it with like music or whatever. But imagine if that sound is corrupted and it goes like, and you're wearing your headphones and you're like, it's like not great. It's not great. That sound like really takes you out of it. So if you're making a web series, invest in sound.
What would you advise to any newcomer directors or like, I want to do this, but I don't have the budget. I don't know how many people. I don't know where to go, but I do know I want to direct. What is something that you would suggest for someone who just wants to, like, you know, just get in it?
Well, that's the thing. Like, if you have an idea of what your budget is, like you're like, okay, like invest in sound. I could probably get like, you know, at least like a camera and like maybe a microphone. Just right for your. The opposite of like, not the opposite. You did have friends. You already had connections, so that was fine. But like, yeah, no friends. But if you don't really have connections, you don't know people who can do certain things. Just try to start small. Start with like a short. You know, start with one episode and then see if it works. Because sometimes testing your script by just like the first episode can be a good like learning experience too. Because that's what I did. I just tested it out with one episode when I did mine. But you were like a little bit ahead. This is for people that have no like real like any experience or don't know anybody. You were a little bit ahead because you knew people that were doing web series.
Yeah, no, I definitely was lucky in effect where like I had people who had done it before. The biggest advice is like that I got from a couple of friends, or actually my best friend back home, is like you're always gonna get a no from yourself, from other people. You're always gonna get a no. Get that one yes and just hold on to it and take it to the bathroom and make out with it, because that's going to be the one that's going to like legit create it. So and you'd be surprised, you know, people will be very helpful.
Just try it, like join a writing group or something. Test it out with friends, or even if
Ms. Cheska, thank you so much once again for directing this in general, the whole Fisher Blam thing. What a shit show. I do not know what's going to happen next season, or this next couple episodes, so next season. But I'm very excited to see it. And with that, so you have earned yourself a shot. And I'm
Is it clean?
Cheers.
I don't mind.
This is a watermelon rum.
Woo!
Well, thank you guys so much for another episode of Functional, the After Shot. Cheska, where can we find you again? Backing it up.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram. It's Lazy Chesky. I don't know. Corey, are you gonna put it here? I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna put it where your butt was.
Okay.
Boom.
It's right there. And if you guys want to, you can watch It's Complicated. There's 2 seasons. Just search it. It's not the one with Alec Baldwin in it. Just search it on YouTube. And I haven't really touched that channel. But the seasons it's done.
And final announcement, if you love this shirt that Miss Cheska is beautifully modeling, we have a merch. A link will be in the bio. And we'll probably have some new ones by the time this video is out. So thank you guys once again. We will see you next week on The After Shot. I'm actually really drunk right now. I'm not gonna lie, I like kind of spaced out for a second. I was like,